This is my reflection on what I observed during my visit to Herron High School with my education class and how it might affect different types of learners. While at Herron, I was able to shadow a student and attend her classes with her. We first went to her health class, where the teacher had written the agenda and the expected outcomes for that day of class on the board. This practice is helpful for letting all students know what's going on, but may be particularly helpful for students with learning disabilities, so that they know what to focus on and know where the class is going next if they get lost. The class was very small, with only 10 to 12 students. This seemed to create a very comfortable, easygoing class environment where students felt safe shouting out answers to questions. The teacher also assigned work in small groups often throughout the class, which allowed the students to collaborate and compare answers before sharing them with the teacher and the rest of the class, which can help learners of all types feel less anxious about figuring out answers and sharing them. The student that I shadowed told me that in-class work was the easiest part of school for her, because she could always ask the teachers or her classmates for help. Her next class was an English class. This teacher began class with 10 minutes of independent reading, allowing the students to settle down from the excitement of the passing period. This is also a great time for students who were overwhelmed by the busyness and loudness of the passing period to calm down, or for students who struggle with switching gears quickly to refocus and adjust their mindsets to prepare themselves for class. This teacher also had the class agenda and objectives written on the board, which he outlined at the beginning of class. However, he mentioned specifically that one of the things they're going to do in class that day will require a lot of focus, and asks if there are any questions. This practice would be useful for students who struggle with paying attention because it lets them know what they need to prepare themselves for. Later in the class, they review grammar rules, and the teacher asks the students to hold up the number of the answer they think is correct on their fingers.
Let's go on to number 2. Which of the following sentences uses a colon correctly? On count 3, 1, 2, 3. Show me. Go ahead. Okay, we're split between two answers. It looks like 3 and 2.
This is great for students who aren't sure what the right answer is and are afraid of being wrong publicly, because in this situation, everyone has to answer and no one is really concerned about anyone else's answer, so the pressure to be right is not a big deal. My visit to Herron High School was a wonderful opportunity that allowed me to learn more about and celebrate all different types of learners.